Hello everybody and welcome to episode 19 of Estate Planning TV. I am your host, Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm, and this is the internet's most passionate show about estate planning. Welcome. Excited for another episode. I'm excited to get in the weeds a little bit and talk some strategy and really talk about something that I've been getting a lot of calls on lately. So I figured, if people are calling me about it and asking me about it specifically, that we might as well just talk about it here on the show. So the question really, there's a bunch of different iterations of this question, but the basic question really is, I want to give my house to my kids, or to my kids really most of the time. Should I give it to them now, or should I wait and give it to them when I die? Basic question. What are the pluses? What are the minuses of doing each of these things, right? So there are a couple of different things to consider when you're making these decisions. All right, we'll just sort of run through them all in no particular order, and hopefully we'll cover everything, because I'm kind of spitballing here, running the show from the top of my head. So first and foremost, what you need to think about one of the things to consider is taxes, okay? If you give your home to your kids right now, you just sign it over to them, you will have to pay excise taxes, probably, through the state, all right? And you won't have to pay capital gains taxes or anything like that at this time, which is the tax on the appreciation in your house. Let's say, by the way, for this example, that you bought your house for $100,000 way back in the day, and now it's worth $700,000. Okay? You'll have to file a gift tax return that year for $600,000, but you won't have to pay any estate taxes. You won't have to pay any gift taxes or anything like that, because you'll be under the number. All right? We're getting broad strokes here, and that's it from your side. Now, from your kids' side, they won't have to pay any taxes at the time the property's transferred. They won't have to do anything like that. If they ever decide to sell it, though, and this is one of the major sort of downsides to getting or gifting a house while you're still alive, is that they don't get a step up in basis. So what that means is, if they ever decided to sell the house in the future, they are going to have to pay taxes on everything over that initial $100,000 you paid for the house way back in the day. They're going to have to pay tax on that, and who knows what that tax is going to be. Right now, it's between 20 and 25% ish. Okay, depending on different factors. So that is about a quarter of the value is going to just be given away to Uncle Sam if you give the house away while you're still alive. If you wait until you die to give your house away, then there won't be any excise taxes for transferring the property, right? There won't be any estate taxes under this example. There won't be any other really kind of taxes. And additionally, your kids will get what's called a step up in basis to the current fair market value. So let's say, like using your example, you bought it $100, now it's $700. So that $600,000 of appreciation that you have accumulated while you own the house will now be passed forward to your kids. And if they ever decide that they want to sell the house, now they'll only have to pay tax on everything over $700. So that 25% of value is sort of saved and actually passed along to your kids. It's a significant benefit if you think about it. So if you're going to give it to them anyway, and you're going to keep living in the house after you give it to them, you may want to strongly consider giving it to them after you pass away. Now, downside to that is that you're probably going to have to go through probate to do that correctly. It's a relatively easy process. It's going to cost you a couple $1,000 probably, not you, but your kids. But that's still a significant savings over, $100 grand, $150 grand that you're going to have to pay in taxes, right? So that's that. The other downside, the only other problem, not the only other problem, but one of the other problems that can arise is down the road. Let's say that you need a lot of medical care. You have huge bills that pile up, and then they need to be paid once you pass away. If a significant portion of your equity, of your assets, of your net worth is in that house, then your kids may be forced to sell the home, to liquidate it, to pay for those bills. Now they'll still get to keep what's left of that money. They won't pay any taxes or anything like that. But if the goal is to actually give them the house, then there could be some problems there. So at the end of the day, it really depends on what your specific personal and family situation is, on what you want to do. So I would highly encourage you to call me, 206-659-1512, or email me, chris@cmslawfirm.com, or call or email someone that can sort of walk through your specifics, look at what your property is like, what your needs are, what your goals are, and then kind of give you a good idea, a good plan for making sure that happens. All right, so once again, I am Christopher Small. This is Estate Planning TV. So happy that you've been here, and I'll catch you next time.